How can we let everyone know about that?
We'll send out a chain letter.
1999, send this letter to 7 friends or it's bad luck.
Let's forget the chain letter.
Yeah.
The Ranger for only $19.99.
Yeah, I think I like that idea. Excellent. Nobody's got to go to
The clerk, that was strong.
7th year for Andrew DeClerc already. 6'10", 255. Only plays about 10 minutes a game. Had 8 starts, however, this year.
But if you ever notice the sign on his back, 6 fouls, will use them all. Very physical guy.
Will foul for food. Patrick backing in, shooting over Collins, and the foul counted. And one for Patrick.
Bob, can you say vintage Patrick? Hey, the bottle may be old, but the wine is still good. Look at that, just backing him down. Leans in, creates some space. Patrick Ewing.
Ewing misses. Would have been Orlando's first free throws. There were only 4 fouls called in the entire first quarter. Nets by 1, 34-33. We're at the 6:54 mark of the second quarter. In the first half, big Jason Collins out of Stanford set the pick back into Collins. Collins is fouled as he tries to go up to the ball as Garrity was trying to defend him. And when I say big Jason, Jason is a load at 7 feet, 260 pounds. And when he has started, he's had 9 starts this year, Cheryl.
Yeah.
He's averaged 9 points and 7 boards. So this is a young man who's going to be a big contributor.
Patrick Ewing step out on that pick and roll. I mean, he was out there guarding Jason Kidd, gets back in and blocks the shot. How could you say he's too old to play the game?
Well,
that's unforgivable.
Nobody's questioning his heart. However, I do question his knees.
Yeah.
As does he, I'm sure. McGrady to Darrell Armstrong. Baseline out to Garrity looking for Miller. They're spread out on the 3-point line. And now back into Patrick. Powering it inside. Doesn't fall that time. Here comes Jason Kidd. Kidd and McGrady both back in the game now.
See right now, Orlando in a 2-3 zone. The cutter goes through. Actually, it's a matchup zone, 1-2-2. They're following the cutters. Anybody that goes in.
That'll count as a rebound, even though it was a pass.
Right, that was a bad pass. I'm talking about a bad pass by Brady.
Jason Kidd shields himself with that right arm. Patrick did not foul him, and Kidd puts down the lay-in on the turnover. It's 38-33 next.
Jason Kidd uses his body so well. 6'4", 208, strong point guard.
Kenyon Martin defending McGrady. McGrady got inside with nowhere to go except to Garrity, who misses the jumper. Rebound goes to Jason Kidd. Kidd has 8 rebounds already. He averages just under 8 a game. He gets you one way or the other. That's all you can say about Jason.
You know, who's been awfully quiet has been Martin. Martin had a terrific first quarter, but he hasn't really been very effective in the second.
Collins with a miss. McGrady to rebound. Darrell Armstrong back to McGrady. McGrady finds Ewing. Pump fake, and Patrick puts it in. He has 5 points. We'll make it 4 points.
Patrick may have gotten away with a little shuffle underneath.
And that's 4 assists for Tracy McGrady. There's 12 points. He hasn't scored in this period. 3-point Nets lead. 4:52 to go in the first half. Fast game. Kidd with a fast release. Rebound McGrady. He has 6 boards already. Miller. Ball fake, and the drive goes to his left hand. He doesn't finish. Orlando back quickly, but Kenyon Martin split the defense. And then, of course, Kidd split the defenders with the pass. Ian Byron talking about some of those bounce passes that McGrady, that Kidd makes. Sometimes you call them a bowling pass. The way he spins that ball, hooks it into the receiver.
You know, and that's something you can't teach. You either have it or you don't. You develop it on your own, but that's just hard to teach. He's just a natural.
They tried to lob it into Van Horn, but the double team of McGrady and Ewing were there. Here's the lob! Miller from Darrell Armstrong. It's a 1-point Nets lead. Timeout on the floor, and they're on their feet here at the TD Waterhouse Center in Orlando.
I must confess, I didn't think Mike Miller could get up and get that. That was impressive.
Doing what they do best. First, Jason
Oh,
Kidd.
absolutely. And this is when he's really special. In the break with the bull pass to Kenyon Martin, who can finish strong. And then back at the other end for Orlando. Miller giving it up to Armstrong. I really didn't think that Miller was going to be able to get up and get that. That was nice.
He was willing himself up for that two-handed dunk. 40-39. They love the Magic in Orlando. They're trailing the Nets by 1. And since the starters have come back in, the scoring pace has really increased. There's an Orlando reception of the turnover. Out to Miller again from Armstrong. Armstrong and Miller on the break, and it's 41-40 Magic.
Well, Orlando just looked sharp. Very aggressive.
3:28 to go in the first half. Kenyon Martin driving on McGarity. Foul against Orlando. It's going to be on Patrick. As J-Mark, as those of us who are close to him call him, Kenyon Martin. He's 6 of 6 from the field.
You know,
from the free throw
I
line.
had no idea who you were talking about.
1 of 1 from the line and 6 of 6 from the field.
Glad you clarified.
I was so busy into K-Mark.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I had no idea who you were talking about.
Well, he's not inexpensive. I don't know why they call him that. Maybe Neiman Marcus.
You know, that was very hip of you. Yeah, very much so. Nobody.
Pretty good for a suburban guy. 42-41 Nets with 3:12 to go in the first half. McGrady, who's leading Orlando. And McCullough stepped up to block the right hand. No problem for Tracy, who now has 16 points and leads Orlando in points, rebounds with 6, and assists with 4.
Well, you talking about the Red Sea opening up right there. Everybody followed Mike Miller, and McGrady just took advantage of that.
Patrick Ewing and McGrady both went for that rebound, lost it out of bounds. And let's see if McGrady's okay.
Sensational play. And with the left.
8 of his last 9 shots. 16 points. There's the team stat line, both shooting 50%. Not much of a surprise there. Orlando only 1 free throw attempt this period. 43-42. Magic 2:44 to go in the half. New Jersey turnover. Magic with the ball.
You know, Byron Scott looks a little frustrated right now, but with the turnovers, the mishandling of the ball, and the ball rolling around and not going in, they're still down by just 1 point.
Now Horace Grant back in. Ewing to the bench. McGrady, look at these moves. Horace Grant, usually deadly from that range, actually around 15 feet. That was a little closer to 18, 19. But Horace, remember the great Bulls team. When he would hit those,
Would never miss. Once he found that elbow, would never miss.
Jason Kidd posting up on Darrell Armstrong, missing the jumper, however. And it's Orlando ball. Patrick Ewing coming back into the game now as Garrity will sit down. Jason Kidd only 3 of 9 shooting from the floor, but as Doc Rivers said he'd like him to take, what you say, around 15, and he has 9 already.
Yeah, that's a lot of attempts by Jason Kidd.
Miller backs in, hits Darrell Armstrong. Short irons.
You know, I would have liked to see Miller, you know, post up and then take that shot. If he didn't feel that he was close enough, reset it on the start, reposition yourself, get a little closer to the basket, and shoot over Kerry Kittle.
McCullough tried to back in on Ewing. No cigar there. Inside Keith Van Horn, point blank. He's not going to miss that one. Keith is averaging 15 points, 7.5 rebounds a game. He got it from Kerry Kittle. Nice delivery. That's by a point. Patrick steps inside from the elbow. It doesn't go. McGrady almost got it. Now he does get the offensive board back and draws the foul from Kenyon Martin.
Boy, you are seeing a very active Tracy McGrady tonight. I mean, I've seen him crash the boards before, but he steps out, baseline, looking for the pass, doesn't get it, just barely missed putting this dunk in, fights for the loose ball, and then gets fouled.
That's 2 fouls, by the way, on Kenyon Martin, and now might be a time to bring up the fact that Martin has been suspended 3 times this year. And he had 1 2-game suspension for clobbering Tracy McGrady earlier, so it's drawn some boos from this crowd. There's Kenyon Martin. Coming up at the AT&T halftime report, Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet, and Charles Barkley in the Atlanta studios to update the push for the playoffs and preview tonight's Game 2. Speaking of Kenyon Martin, however, Byron Scott was telling us that he got the message from David Stern about the suspensions and the missed games, but he said he is really a physical player, and now Byron's idea is to try to keep him physical without being too timid to back off. It's tough.
Yeah, it really is, especially if he got his body. He is physical, but what happens is, you know, not to say that he's a marked man, but, you know, you get a reputation for being overly physical, and it just came down to, do you want to continue to sit up and be suspended and lose this money, you know, and cost this game, or you have to tone it down, and he's doing that so far.
Tracy McGrady with the triple. That came after the Jason Kidd basket, and in the first half, McGrady already with 20. Jason trying to answer, missing it. Armstrong with the rebound, 30 seconds to go in the half. It is 47-46 Magic. 14 lead changes in this game.
I'll tell you, Doc said that this game was going to be a statement game, you know, for his team. Not so much to send a message to New Jersey, but to themselves, that they want to be able to play against the top team in the East.
Crowd chanting MVP. Patrick Ewing tried to punch it away from Jason Kidd. Way outside to Kittle's, missing over the top as the buzzer sounds at the end of the half in a wild one. A beautiful game. 47-46 Orlando. The crowd appreciates it here. This shows again the Eastern Conference. We talk about anybody being able to win at any time, but you have to watch for that man. Number 1, he's with Craig Sager.
Well, MVP chance after that great first half, but I was kind of worried you wouldn't even play tonight after seeing you at the shoot-around. How is your back?
My back is real tight right now. That's why I was off to a slow start. My legs felt heavy, but, you know, it's crunch time in the season, so I can't worry about my back right now. I'm good enough to play.
If it's starting to get tight, what will you do at intermission?
Well, I'll probably just lay down, rest a little bit, put some heat on it to keep it warm, and that's all I think I can do.
With the 15,000 posters out there, with chance of MVP, did you feel pressure to play tonight?
No, I don't feel no pressure at all, you know. This is my building. These are my fans, and I just come in here. I'm accustomed to this system in here, this atmosphere, so I just come in here and play.
All right, thanks a lot. Let's go back to Bob and Cheryl.
McCullough missed the wide-open dunk, and ever since then there have been miscues with the ball mishandling, 10 turnovers, and then you look at Kerry Kittles, who normally averages about 13, 14 points, only has 1 point, 0 for 3 from the field.
Okay, how is it with Jason Kidd and Tracy McCullough? Well, Jason has 8 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists, and Tracy McGrady has 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists, so it's a little bit Tracy's way at the half statistically, but as we said at the top, Jason Kidd can't really be measured statistically.
No, he really can't, but the one thing that you can look at is the assist, and he hasn't been really moving the ball around as much. He's been looking for a shot a little more. Let's see in the second half. He only has 3 assists, which is very unusual for Jason Kidd.
There you go. You're looking at the numbers right there. 4 of 11 is Kidd, and 9 of 15 is Tracy McGrady. 11 shot attempts for Kidd. This will be number 12. Doc says he's starting to get some of that. There's a nice pass inside from Kenyon Martin to Todd McCullough, who gets it to go down. He only has 4 points. Todd's missed a couple of easy finishes inside in this game. 52-50 Magic. Don't really expect the team to run away with it here tonight. You haven't seen any kind of runs.
McGrady, for New Jersey.
McGrady misses. Kidd rebounds. Oh, boy. Garrity just stood there. Kidd nowhere to go. Garrity gets it back and gets a 3. Getting up Garrity.
I think that's the first time that I've seen Jason Kidd in a transition situation indecisive of what he wanted to do with the ball.
Offensive foul's been called and wave off that basket. 55-50 Orlando. 7:46 to go in the period. Nets clearly out of sync.
Oh, yeah.
There's the double team on McGrady to Armstrong. Miller spotting up over here on the far side. Dump it in. McGrady. Tracy has 22, his first hoop of the half. There's that motion offense. Inside to Van Horn. His little short jumper rims out of there, too. Orlando with the biggest lead for either team of this game. They're on a 10-2 run, just as we said we didn't. I said we didn't expect to run.
Exactly. And coming into the game, New Jersey known for forcing turnovers. They average 16, but it's been the Orlando Magic who have really benefited off the turnovers by New Jersey. 22 points.
Kittles missed the jumper, got the long rebound, dumped it inside to Van Horn. Now there's McGrady on the run. 59-52, Tracy has 24. His average is 25. Six on the shot clock for the Nets. Nice pass inside, Van Horn.
One of the few easy buckets that New Jersey's seen tonight.
It was 47-46 at the half. Orlando scored 12 points in this period. Only 8 have been scored by the Nets. 7 on the shot clock. Darrell Armstrong's going to pull up for the three. Darrell Armstrong is a 35% three-point shooter. And Darrell is knocking some shots down here tonight. He has only 7 points, but he's had a couple of long ones.
And Doc says that Darrell Armstrong is the hardest working professional athlete in all the sports.
Think of it.
Oh, that's a tremendous compliment. But Darrell looks great. He looks great. He looked a little tired though towards the second quarter, but he's picked up his energy level.
Now it's 15 on the shot clock. The long miss from McGrady, and Jason Kidd with yet another rebound. He has 13 rebounds in this game. That's out of bounds. Off New Jersey, it'll be Orlando ball.
I think the MVP should be Tracy McGrady.
T-Mac got to be the MVP. I know he's the MVP, but you don't get it something wrong.
I think the MVP is Jason Kidd. Due to all the diversity of things that he brings to the game, he can control the game without having the ball. He can control the game without shooting the ball, which I think is the difference. And he's just a great all-around player.
I think the MVP should be
Tracy McGrady.
Yeah, but listen. That poll was taken here.
I was just about to say.
Although that woman made me believe.
Well, that was Tracy McGrady's mother. Just kidding.
He's not that young. Darrell Armstrong hits the 4th three-pointer in this period for the Magic, and that's why they've built a 9-point lead.
And that's been the big difference in this game so far. New Jersey 1 for 9. Orlando 8 for 17.
Darrell Armstrong tried to save it, lost it. Now they say it.
Doc said he's the hardest working athlete in professional sports. Mr. Energy says he's physically tired. He didn't look tired on that shot. It's funny how you start making shots and you get a whole lot of energy. You get energized all of a sudden.
How about this? 7 New Jersey turnovers this period. Kenyon Martin frozen out of the middle. Lucius Harris in. He misses the baseline jumper. McGrady on the run. Darrell Armstrong kicks it to Miller. Miller finds Garrity. Garrity on the baseline. Back to Miller. Look at the ball.
Look at
back
that.
to Darrell. Not this time.
He had too much time. It was wide open.
Off the foot of Jason Kidd. My goodness. Very unusual. Here's Armstrong dishing. Garrity rolls it in. 67-56 Orlando. Biggest lead of either team in the game in the first half. The Nets had led by 5, Orlando by 4, but Nets turnovers are making the difference here along with the Magic three-point shot.
And Bob, Coach did tell us, Doc Rivers, that the team that came out and was the most aggressive and got after it early would be the team that would win. And right now, the Magic are all over the New Jersey Nets.
Kenyon Martin quieted the crowd a moment with that jumper. And the Magic now with their 9-point lead. We're going to see some substitutions on the floor in just a moment. McGrady's turnaround. No. Rebound, Van Horn. Jason Kidd out of sync tonight in the open floor.
Yeah, he's just, you know, he's really had to take a lot of shots and think about getting a shot off instead of trying to get other people involved. But it's been tough because Kerry Kittles has struggled. You know, Martin got off to that great first quarter, but it's been silent. Van Horn struggled a little bit. He really hasn't had a whole lot of help.
Armstrong just threading the needle, getting it to Miller, who shoots the air ball. 2:51 to go in the period. 67-58 Orlando. Lucius Harris. Kenyon Martin. They wanted to post McCullough. He had Tracy McGrady on it down there. They couldn't get the ball to him. Kidd hands it off nicely to Lucius Harris.
Well, the first time that they both have had really some motion in the motion offense, the continuity. Before that, in the last offensive stretch that they had, they just are out of sync, like you said. Guys are sitting up there second, guessing themselves on where they need to be in the offense.
Look at Mike Miller. And then he's blocked. I mean, that is a big-timer from Kenyon Martin. Jason Kidd all the way to the other end and lays it in. And the Nets making a run. They are within 5 after trailing by 11.
Let's see if that wakes up. Let's see if that block wakes up New Jersey. So you sit up on that one.
The Nets with a 6-0 run. Mike Miller worked so hard in there, and then when he finally got his shot, he got a facial. Armstrong. Look at that move. McGrady follows. Tracy has 26. He's also rebounding the ball. He has 12 boards, so a double-double already. 7 assists. McGrady on his way to a possible triple-double here. Jason Kidd leads the league with 8 triple-doubles this year. Lucius Harris with the penetration.
Wow, good job.
Offensive
Again,
foul.
Pat Garrity knowing exactly where to be. But I'll tell you one thing, defensively, Orlando's doing a great job. 2 things on Jason Kidd. Number 1, they've turned him into a shooter. And number 2, any pick-and-roll situations, they are getting the ball out of his hands.
Doubleheader next Wednesday, Philly at Indiana and Sacramento. That's the Los Angeles Lakers. Here, 69-62, Orlando with a minute to go in the 3rd period. Troy Hudson in. He gets it to Garrity for the quick release. Long rebound. Gathered by Garrity. Takes it all the way in, and he is fouled.
Truck rental.
Yeah, rates starting in 1995. And a service where our movers help load and unload the trucks.
Can we make load and unload even better?
Roller skates to make the move even faster. Hmm? They don't need roller skates. Yeah, no, not roller skates, but load and unload. Wait, was that your idea? That's a terrific idea.
21 from 3-point
You want me to throw an elbow so you can understand?
You've already bumped me off the block a couple of times here tonight. And the turnaround falls, and that'll quiet the crowd from Jason Collins. Quiet him a bit. 80-74, Magic back by 6. Monty Williams wants to back in on Harris, where he has the size matchup.
Oh, nice block.
How about the foul block from Aaron Williams?
Weak side defense came over. Nice block by Williams.
Harris with the ball fake, steps inside, misses the jumper. Rebound, Patrick Ewing. Gets applause every time he does something. That's what the fans think of this great pro of 17 years of great basketball.
And rightfully so. And what he's contributed to this league is phenomenal.
Here's the Aaron Williams block after Monty worked so hard.
Yeah, well, Williams has just been killing him, but here comes the other Williams.
He does have 13 rebounds and only 5 assists. Richard Jefferson, the jump stop in the lane. Ooh. Kept alive by Jason Collins. Jefferson goes right back. Collins will put it down.
Game is starting to get physical. Did you see Patrick Ewing come flying out of the key on that last play?
He's talking to the officials about it right now to Leroy Richardson. McGrady.
Craig Sager was saying that his back is sore. How stiff was it? How stiff was his back, Craig? It was great.
31 points stiff so far. We have the holding foul on Monty Williams, and Horace Grant's going to come in, and Andrew DeClercq sits down. And Patrick Ewing's getting some substantial minutes here tonight. What has he played? 12 so far. Patrick's averaging for a game about 14 minutes, so he may exceed that in this effort tonight. Lucius Harris from Kidd. One of the reasons Kidd, there are many reasons, one of the reasons he doesn't have more assists is he's dished it several times for missed shots.
Yeah, you know, and I've got to, you know, definitely comment on it because Lucius Harris has struggled as well as Kerry Kittles. So he isn't really, you know, having an off night. It's, you know, just not getting any help from his teammates. And you got to credit the defense from Orlando. They've really mixed up their defense and kept New Jersey off balance.
Yeah, Kittle's 1 of 6, Harris 2 of 7. Richard Jefferson gets it inside. It won't go. Aaron Williams is there. It was kept alive by Jason Collins. 82-78, Magic by 4. Tracy McGrady can't hold on to it. Here comes Jason Kidd.
Yeah, good
Horace
foul.
Grant reached out and
Very, very good foul because New Jersey definitely had the numbers.
Craig Sager join us once again.
Well, Cheryl was talking about Tracy McGrady's back. There's several different kinds of back injuries. What McGrady has are back spasms. They come and go. He's missed 4 games. He took part in the shoot-around today, but it was so sore afterwards, they spent the entire afternoon at the doctor's office. He did not get to the arena until just before tip-off, and there was some question about whether or not he was going to play, but I guess his back spasms are not bothering him at the moment.
Craig, how do you have back spasms at 22?
Dr. Sager.
Yeah, I just want to know.
There could be a lot of reasons. One, it could be from an early growth spurt when you're in high school. That could cause it. And a 76-game schedule could as well.
That adds to it.
Patrick's lean-in bank shot won't go down. Craig, you are half man, half amazing.
Half doctor.
As Ernie would say, and half doctor. Aaron Williams open for the jumper. The left-hander can't get it.
Oh, they could get a better shot than that.
82-78, Magic by 4. Both teams playing sloppy here in the second half compared to that electric first half we saw. Horace Grant thought about it. Back to McGrady. 10 on the shot clock. Jason Kidd trying to stop him up and under from McGrady. It'll fall and one.
Bob, I was so happy to see on that play, even though his back is bothering him, he passed the ball back up. The first time he's backing down Jason Kidd, knows that he has the shot, gets him up and under, but before that he repositioned himself, kicked the ball out to Horace Grant, repositioned himself. That was a nice play by Tracy McGrady.
Tracy has 33 tonight, looking for his 34th. Earlier this year in March versus the Wizards, Tracy cashed in a sweep 50. Has a double-double here tonight. If he gets 3 more assists, he'll have the triple. 34 points for McGrady. And Patrick Ewing takes the seat. 6:17 to go in the game. New Jersey hasn't had anybody who has been on fire at any particular time here tonight.
Well, one time. Martin in the first quarter, but after that, everybody's been pretty silent.
Armstrong finds Garrity. Back to Armstrong to Miller.
He got fouled on that one.
You can hear the slap
He
from
got
here.
fouled on that one.
New shot clock. Grant with the offensive board. Moving it around the perimeter. 10 on the shot clock. Running a little clock right now for the Magic. McGrady inside the 3. It doesn't go down. They were not really running some the system.
Yeah.
Help me with that.
They were just standing around watching Tracy.
There you go. That's what I wanted to say. Did you check Tracy McGrady? He reached over, got the ball, took a sip of somebody's Coca-Cola. Said thank you.
I will never drink from that cup again.
Here you go.
Hey, he better make sure that's a Coke.
Oh, no kidding. Has a little lemon on the side there. Tracy.
The games from Tracy McGrady this year, as you see,
several in the 40s, one at 50, his career high, and he has 34 here tonight, and he's rewarding himself. I think a well-deserved reward.
And he's about to get a sip on right there. Here comes the sip now. If you notice that, hey, ladies and gentlemen, it was rum, baby. You never have a straight Coke with a little lime in it. See, Matt getting a sip on. What a superstar.
And he's just 22. That was barely legal.
He's exactly.
The lob from Williams to Kenyon Martin. The crowd was partying here. They slowed their party down a bit, and it's 85-80.
Oh,
We've seen it all, have we not, tonight?
Absolutely.
Kenyon Martin's 9 of 12, by the way. In this game, he's been the one man, as you pointed out a moment ago, who's been consistent.
Might have been the run. That was a bad miss.
He's not going to live it down. We know Sherrill was being accurate there. That wasn't a guess. Keith Van Horn gets the triple to go, and all of a sudden, let's go back to the focus here. It is a 2-point game with 4:48 remaining. Inside McGrady, it's blocked, but first the whistle.
You know, Bob, and you have nights like this, like New Jersey's, where nothing goes right, but you're so close. You're within 5, you win 6, you win 7. You keep it close, because one of these times you're going to hit a key basket, as Van Horn did on that last play, and all of a sudden it's a 2-point game.
Kenyon Martin just picked up his 4th personal foul as Tracy goes to the free throw line. There are his numbers tonight. 2 steals to go with his 14 boards and 34 points. This Sunday on NBC, an NBA triple header. Game 1, Sixers Magic, followed by Hornets and Bucks. Then the Lakers host the Blazers. Coverage begins at noon Eastern on NBC this Sunday. Four and a half to go. 3-point Magic lead. Chance of defense coming from the sellout crowd at the TD Waterhouse Center. Williams with a scoop shot, but wave it off. It's an offensive foul.
You know, and Williams is upset with himself, not about the call. He hesitated, which gave Garrity enough time to slide over. Right here, he hesitates just a minute, and that allows Garrity to slide in and get position and get the charge. One more time, right there. If he would have just grabbed, taken the ball, and gone to the basket, he might have pulled the ball and might have drawn the foul.
Darrell Armstrong set a pick there on Richard Jefferson and took the pounding for it. Horace Grant almost lost it, came away with it. Tracy McGrady, rebound Jefferson. Oh, the crowd wanted that.
Yeah, so did Tracy.
Kenyon Martin. This time it's a blocking foul on Horace Grant. 15th year. He's 37 years old. Martin gets them both. He has 22 points now, and it's a 1-point Orlando lead, and the Nets showing a little bit of backcourt pressure. Shot clock down to 10 seconds. Grant with the pick. Armstrong to Garrity to Miller. Nets extending that defense, except they forgot Darrell Armstrong.
And they really bought a break right there, because they miscommunicated on their switch right there, which left Armstrong wide open. They dodged the bullet.
There's the backdoor cut, and the pass from Martin for Van Horn to put it down hard. And the Nets have taken the lead, 87-86. And Doc Rivers wants and gets a timeout. About Kidd's unseen contribution. Kidd comes back in off the bench, and Nets were down 80-74 since then. New Jersey's outscored them 13-6. Armstrong beats Kidd on the baseline. Williams stepped over for the block shot. Van Horn with the ball fake. Nowhere to go with it. Gets the timeout. 16 on the shot clock. 2:48 in the game. 87.
Well, Van Horn was trying to get to the basket. He should have taken that shot. He got past his defender, pull up that little 17-foot shot. That is very unusual. He hasn't seen it. He's watched this team play a lot, but right now it is working for him.
1-point lead. Here's Richard Jefferson. Kenyon Martin, who leads the team in scoring. The pull-up jumper now this time. Darrell Armstrong can't control it. It is out of bounds off Orlando, bringing the crowd and Doc Rivers to their feet. And that's because of a momentary hesitation for Ted Bernhardt.
Absolutely.
That'll bring it every time, even if he's right.
Yeah, that and being down by 1 point.
We talked about Jason Kidd, 16 rebounds. That ties his career high. 2:29 to go. Nets by a point. Williams with pick to Jason Kidd. Garrity stepped out nicely. Williams couldn't handle the bullet pass. McGrady. Van Horn covering. Yeah, covering. Did I say covering? Oh, my goodness. 37 for Tracy McGrady. Magic by 1. Under 2 minutes. Kidd off the baseline screen. Richard Jefferson. Shot clock at 5. Jason Kidd's going to shoot it. Jefferson skies for the ball, and he is held, and that will be an Orlando foul. With the Magic up 1:42 to go. A team fouls both teams at 4.
I don't think there's anyone in the league that accelerates and explodes as quickly as Tracy McGrady.
That was the 5th foul, so now Orlando over the limit, and Richard Jefferson will shoot the free throw. Ties it at 88. Remember early in Penny Hardaway's career, he could explode to the basket like that, but I don't even think so much of that.
I agree. It's a different level that Tracy operates in.
Missed that one, only got 1. Van Horn comes back to get the follow, and the Nets by 2 with a minute, 38 to go. Van Horn 17 and 10 tonight. Nets doing a great job rebounding. McGrady blows past Jefferson, kicks it to Miller. Wow. Short irons it. It's saved by Miller. Out to Armstrong. One touch to Garrity. Can he handle it?
Boy, a better pass than that of a wide open three for Garrity.
Down to a minute 10 with 10 on the shot clock for Orlando. Garrity with the ball fake. Takes it from 17. Yes, it's tied.
Excellent move by Pat Garrity. Not forcing a three-point shot. Taking what the defender gives him. Steps in and knocks down the 2.
Garrity has 15. Under a minute. Martin passed up the open shot. Kidd doesn't. Rims it out. Rebound McGrady. Armstrong had leaked out. McGrady didn't get in the ball. Wisely slows it down. With only 38 seconds, it's tied at 90. Playoff atmosphere.
Let's see if they're going for the clear out. A little pick and roll, high roll, pick and roll.
8 seconds on the shot clock. McGrady blows by Kidd. Couldn't get that one to go down. It goes out of bounds. And it will belong to Orlando with 3 seconds on the shot clock, and we have a timeout on the floor. 22.6 seconds remaining in the game. We are tied at 90 between the #1 team in the East and the #4 seed as we came into tonight's action.
But what happened in the first quarter, both teams scored 55 points. Fourth quarter, grinding it out. Playoff atmosphere.
McGrady. He gets it away. Double clutch. Didn't get it. Rebound. Van Horn. Tied at 90. 16 seconds. Jason Kidd calls a timeout with 11 seconds. The lead in that third quarter with their three-point shooting, you may recall. But since then, they've missed their last 5. Here's what it is. 10.8 to go in the game. Tied at 90. As you see, Orlando, no fulls, have 120, and New Jersey still has 1 full and 120 remaining. Both teams over the limit. 8 seconds. It's going to come down to this or overtime. Grant stepped out. Martin is open. He doesn't get it, and it's overtime. Free basketball.
They got the look that they wanted.
Very careless first 3 quarters. Armstrong with the crossover and the drive, but he has nowhere to go. Loses it to Miller. No, at 4 on the shot clock. That was a bad shot by Mike Miller in terms of accuracy. Good selection. Jason Kidd inside. there for the rebound right into his arms is Kenyon Martin, and it's 92-90 Nets.
You know, Martin makes sure that if he's that close underneath the basket, if you reach up that you're going to lose an arm, a leg. I mean, he leaves no room for doubt when he goes up.
Now Garrity will try it from long range. He short irons it. Rebound Miller. Nets by 2. 4 minutes to go in the overtime. McGrady to Garrity. Armstrong. Clock to 10 seconds. Excellent Nets defense. Richard Jefferson went for the steal. Took at the line. McGrady, 37 points. He's 3 of 5 from the line. 3:53 to go in overtime. You've done such a great job tonight. They called you back for an encore.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's why we have 5
Oh, I
moments.
appreciate that.
McGrady gets them both. It's tied at 92. 2 of the best in the East battling here tonight. McGrady with 39 points. He has 5 40-point efforts this year and 1 50-point effort. Van Horn from the baseline. Rebound McGrady. Chance for Orlando to take the lead. McGrady nowhere to go, made a bad pass. Martin intercepts, hit all the way. It's blocked, but there's a foul.
Boy, that was a tough. That was a bad pass by Tracy McGrady. Strong was on strong side on his baseline side. So he kicked it back out to Armstrong.
That's the first free throw attempt, first 2 attempts by Jason Kidd all night. He goes 1 out of 2. It's 93-92 Nets with 3:13 to go in the overtime. Eight on the shot clock. McGrady with 5 to shoot. 3. Didn't see the clock, had to give it up. Jason Kidd is back so fast, you almost missed it.
You know, we didn't see a whole lot. That's what Jason Kidd does well. He accelerates so well. Once he gets across that half court in sprint speed, it's very difficult. Oh, just stop.
Oh, yeah, the Nets are blowing it open in terms of how this game has gone. They're up 97-92 by 5 with 2:34 to go and an end-to-end flurry for New Jersey. But we have 2:33 remaining. Orlando, 3 straight turnovers.
And this is what New Jersey was missing from Jason Kidd. Just maneuvering, pushing the ball down, getting the easies back, and hasn't had a whole lot to smile about except for now in overtime.
Troy Hudson with a drive. He's fouled out on the floor.
Foul number 34, Aaron Williams.
That's on Aaron Williams. And that's his 6th. He is disqualified. But Aaron Williams will sit down. They stayed with this lineup, by the way, Cheryl. That was kind of an unusual one, as you and Craig were talking about. And it's worked for New Jersey to give them this 5-point overtime lead.
And 6 fouls were well worth it. Aaron Williams really provided a boost for New Jersey.
Jason Collins comes in to replace him. Williams sits down after fouling out with 11 points, 5 of 7 field goals, and 4 rebounds. What a play by Troy Hudson. Nets by 3. Posting. Richard Jefferson open. Kenyon Martin, not this time. Rebound! Darrell Armstrong. Troy Hudson thought about the 3, stepped in, hit the jumper from the top of the key. Armstrong to Hudson. It's a 1-point Nets game.
Oh, Troy Hudson living proof. It doesn't matter how you start, but how you finish.
Hudson with 8 points. Inside to Van Horn. The shot is blocked, but Van Horn goes back. No foul called. No blood, no foul. It's 99-96.
That was a great block by Grant.
Van Horn has 19 and 13. There's Hudson again. It doesn't fall, however. 99-96 Nets. This is a big defensive stop effort by the Orlando Magic on this next possession. The double team gave Martin the ball. He finds Richard Jefferson. Darrell Armstrong with the offside rebound. Gets back quickly in transition, but there he gets the three! They're going crazy in the TD Waterhouse Center, tied at 99.
You have to find and be aware of Pat Garrett at all times, especially in transition where he's so deadly when he floats up there around the three-point line.
Orlando had missed their last 7 threes. Martin, the runner, dumps it inside.
Great play.
What a play and nice passing. It's 2-point lead for the Nets now. 11 for Jefferson. 23 in the game, 16 on the shot clock. McGrady isolated against Kenyon Martin. He finds Hudson. Back to McGrady. 8 on the shot clock. Tracy is fouled by Martin as he cuts into the paint.
Hey, that's a great play. Great play. Good defense. He was being physical. Martin was not going to allow Tracy McGrady to turn the corner on him.
That's 5 fouls on Kenyon Martin, but as you said, a very bright foul.
Oh, but that was a great play by Darrell Armstrong, finding Pat Garrity on the baseline on the opposite side.
101-99 Nets. And they're standing by in L.A. to bring you the Timberwolves and the Lakers. As soon as this one is over, we're going to get you to the Staples Center. Nobody has left. There were people who often try to leave early, as you well know. Now they're standing by the exits as though they've come back into the arena. The Nets, if they win this game, will have done it with rebounding. They have a 14-rebound advantage. After checking out the set, they're going to call timeout again. A big factor in the game. Here's the setup. New Jersey with 2 fouls, 120. No fouls to give. Orlando has a foul to give, should that come into play. Orlando with the ball. Down to this. McGrady gets a double pick from Grant and Garrity all the way to the hoop, and it's blocked by Martin. But Darrell Armstrong with it. Will it count? No! The Knicks win it 101-99. Wow!
What a block by Martin out of nowhere.
Kenyon Martin has been the man tonight for the Nets, not to mention that Jason Kidd came back in for the final 8 or 9 minutes after getting a brief rest. And then the Nets found their energy and found their motivation and came here to win in overtime, 101-99. Look at this. This is the block.
Out of nowhere, here comes Martin. Oh, that was just an outstanding block.
As you said, you go to Grady.
Oh, you go to McGrady, turn the corner. It looked like he was clear, was going to lay it off the glass, and out of nowhere comes Martin. Whew.
So Kenyon Martin came up big in so many ways tonight. Had 26 points, but that block will be the memory of this game. And let's go to Craig Sager with Jason Kidd.
Well, Jason, fourth quarter, you're sitting on the bench getting a short rest. You're down by 8. You come in, you go on a 13-2 run. What was the difference?
Well, we do or die. I think, you know, we need to start the game like that. But, you know, anytime our backs are against the wall, we've responded all season. And, you know, we just try to get in overtime. But we wanted to win it in regulation. But, you know, the overtime helped us. And this game was big for us to get back on the winning ways on the road.